One of the things I've learned from them is how they get their way as men in the home. And one of those tactics that are on the power and control wheel that men use is this use of children as a way to leverage her to either start doing things that she's not or stop doing things that she is. This use of children is as I've said, really linked to her desire to be these children's mother, the love that she has for them. He sees this and he knows that if there's any way to get her to stop or start doing something, it's to use the most precious thing in her life, which are her kids. This can take a lot of different forms. So for example, in a relationship where it is ended and they're apart, she will have certain ways of raising that particular child. So if it's a young child, the child will nap at a certain time and then get up and have a snack and then have lunch at a certain time. And really, anybody who's parented children know that, especially when they're young, kind of that structure and predictable way that the day goes on is important to children. And so what he'll do is he'll interrupt that on purpose. So what we hear from women who pick up their kids through a visitation center, for example, is that the kids come back with loaded diapers, or he will stuff the children full of sugar prior to sending the kids back, knowing full well that because he hasn't napped them and now he's filled them full of sugar, that they will be a nightmare for the rest of the day with her when she takes them home. And it really goes to this realization that although these men love their kids, their desire to control and make their partner pay for something they have done supersedes that love, because they will use those kids as tools to get back at her. In another instance, you might have a father who says to the mother of these children, "If you leave me, if you don't do what I say, I will take your children and you'll never see them again." Now, for most of us who work in the courts, we know that that's a pretty difficult thing to achieve, is to force another parent into a position where they never get to see their children. But because he always gets his way in that home, she's come to understand that this is a real possibility, that he can actually achieve this. And so it drives home this idea that I better do what he says, because nothing's more important than my kids. And if he takes them from me, then I lose a big part of myself. And he knows that, and he uses it against her.